$1.9 trillion stimulus package, the American Rescue Plan. How does that affect you? Hi everyone, Keith Wilson here, spreading a wealth of information. Now, there's another stimulus package. It's been introduced, and on Wednesday, March 10th, the House passed the American Rescue Plan, a $1.9 trillion relief package. So what we want to do, we're going to break this down. We're going to see what's in this bill and how it affects you. So the biggest portion of the bill, $410 billion, is in the form of stimulus checks. You've heard of it, the $1,400 for individuals making less than $75,000 a year, and if you're married, filing jointly with incomes of less than $150,000 a year. Now, what's going to happen, you're going to be phased out for individuals making $80,000 a year and married filing jointly making $160,000. Here's the thing. This $1,400 is for each person in the household, including dependents, and this time it's going to include children, those with disabilities, and the elderly, as long as those income requirements are met. Now, let's say you've already filed your taxes for 2020, and the IRS will use that income that you reported on your 2020 tax return. But if you have not filed your 2020 return, then the IRS will base your eligibility using your 2019 return. Now, $350 billion of this package will be allocated to state and local aid programs, and this provides assistance for schools, replace revenues, transportation, things like that, and there is no expiration for this money to be allocated. Unemployment benefits, they've been expanded. This plan calls for an additional $300 of unemployment benefits per week, and it will extend up to 53 weeks of benefits after state benefits have ended. Now, here's the big thing about unemployment. The unemployment benefits will be tax-free for the first $10,200, even on your 2020 benefits paid. Now, geez, this affects some 40 million Americans, and it's going to be interesting because if you've already filed your 2020 tax return, then you may want to consider amending that return unless the IRS gives some kind of direction on this. Next up is the child tax credit. That's been temporarily expanded to $3,600 for children under 6 and $3,000 for children ages 6 to 17. But here's the thing. Not all families will qualify for this. This is for individuals making $75,000 or less, married filing jointly, making less than $150,000. However, those that don't qualify for that expanded tax credit due to income, they can still take the $2,000 child credit that's already in place. If your income is less than $200,000 for single filers and $400,000 for those filing jointly. And you don't have to wait until you file your 2021 tax return to get this tax credit, because the IRS, they're going to advance 6 months of this credit in the form of monthly payments starting in July to December of 2021. You will receive what's left over, the remaining amount, you'll receive that when you file your 2021 tax return. This presents a big challenge to the IRS to facilitate these monthly payments so quickly because, things are happening rapidly, but with the plan, it does call for an additional $400 million to fund the IRS. Also, there are some health insurance benefits and credits in this American Rescue Plan. For one thing, COBRA. So if you went on COBRA due to an involuntary loss of your job, or maybe your hours were reduced, you go on COBRA, which is an extension of your health insurance benefits, but you pay those premiums, and they are very expensive. So with this new plan, it calls for 100% subsidy of your COBRA premiums up to September 30th, 2021. So 6 months of basically free COBRA premiums. A lot of forms to fill out, a lot of notices and things like that between you and your employer, so get with them to get this ball rolling. The ARP Act also enhances marketplace subsidies. It's going to reduce the percentage of income that individuals must pay for health insurance to become eligible for subsidy. So basically what this is doing is increasing both the amount of the subsidy you get for your health insurance and the number of people potentially covered. Also, for the first time, subsidies also will be available to people with incomes above 400% of the poverty level. And you got to keep in mind, they extended the enrollment period, which it runs from February 15th to May 15th. So all this means is more people will now qualify for a subsidy than didn't get it before regarding their health insurance premiums. Now, this is going to take some work and time to implement these provisions, but ultimately they will significantly expand access to health care for many Americans. Now, these are just some of the major highlights of this plan, and it would appear to me, with all this change going on, that the IRS will most likely extend the tax filing deadline. Hey, if you'd like to see more videos like this discussing personal finance, be sure to hit that subscribe button below. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, and remember to be wise with your money.